Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel, and in this video I'm featuring my friend Dorcas, and we're going to be talking about 10 things not to do in Russia. So Dorcas?
Hey guys, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, put your comments, and hit that bell button. Yeah, I don't want to miss anything.
So let's begin. The first point that I would talk about is don't speak politics. In Russia, I have realized that politics is a very sensitive topic, and this could mean do not talk about the president or do not talk about certain policies that they have in this country, but basically do not talk about politics, and that's that. If somebody you're talking to in a conversation initiates the topic politics, just don't involve yourself. Don't have anything to contribute, because you never know. That could be a work of a secret a spy who's come to listen to what you have to say. Yes, and especially if you're a student, we're I would like to think that we're under surveillance. So when we make certain comments in certain regards, they look at us with certain scrutiny, and they think that maybe we're actually the spy. Why are we so interested in the politics? So when you're in Russia, don't speak about politics. That's rule number one.
So my first point would be do not go anywhere without your passport, because here in Russia, your passport is your identity. I actually was almost arrested. I'm serious. I was almost arrested for not having my passport on me.
All right. The second thing not to do in Russia is not to drink alcohol on the street. So I saw that with my friends, that there was one time when they were caught with beer bottles, like, the brown bottles on the street, that the police that were patrolling on that particular day fined them. So from that day onwards, we know for sure that don't drink on the street. Just never do that in Russia. So if you intend to drink on the street, you'd rather have to put your drink in a flask or like an opaque.
So it's not visible.
Yes, you place it in an opaque paper bag so that you cannot be suspicious, and that way they won't fine you.
My second point would be do not smile at strangers in public, because Russians only smile to those they know. So if you're like smiling at someone you don't know, they suspect, like, why is she smiling at me? She planning to steal my bag? Yeah, like, is she planning to steal my bag, or is she cray? So yeah, like, don't be too friendly with people you don't know in Russia.
Yeah, so the third point for me is never change money outside a bank. So, for example, if you receive your money with Western Union and your parents send it in dollar, so let's say now you collect it in dollar from the bank, it's better for you to change the money right there in the bank rather than going to change it on the street.
Yeah.
And because you never know, you could meet a fraudster, and they give you fake dollar bills, and at that point, since they're on the street, they're constantly moving. So if you get their fake money and you lose them, and there's a high chance that you may never see them again. So my point number 3 is never change money on the street. Always do all your money transactions in the bank. Western Union, MoneyGram, anything to do with dollars or changing any other currency, do that in the bank.
My other point would be don't attempt to outdrink Russians. These people are born drinkers. Like, they have it in their blood, So actually, I have a funny story about this. There's this drink called a Mortal Kombat. Have you had it before?
Does it come in a can?
No, it's not in a can. It's actually like, it's a cocktail, but like a really strong cocktail. The ones that they like light up a fire and you have to shoot. Yeah, I tried to compete with against the Russian, and I lost my personality. Personality disorders. And he was normal. He's like, hey, что так? Все в порядке, все хорошо. And I'm like, shit, what's my name? So these Russians are hardcore drinkers, and never try to outdrink them. That's my point.
So the point for me that I would give is don't accept gift from a Russian unless you really need it, because Russians are known to be very generous. If they have, for example, the last one of their pen, or the last one of one thing that they have, and you ask for it, they'll give it to you quite all right. And it's now up to you. If you really, really need it, then you will accept. If you don't need it, don't accept, because know that they also need it. So they'll try to offer it. Are you sure you don't want this? Are you sure you want this? Here, you can take mine. Even when they have nothing, yeah.
It was me.
Even when they have nothing themselves, but they just want to give it to you. So now it's up to you. Just don't accept anything from Russian unless you really need it. That's my point number 4.
My other point would be, do not speak loudly in public. For Russians, that's a no. Because usually as students, we use buses. Yeah, marshrutkas. So when you're in a bus back home, you know how it is. You pick up your phone and you're having a full-on conversation. You're like into the conversation, laughing as loud as you want. But here in Russia, do not even, because someone doesn't know you, but they'll be like, "Девушка, можно потише?" Like, could you keep quiet in the bus? Sometimes you actually speaking like your normal, voice, but for them that's too loud. So do not speak very loud in public. Just like keep it on the minimum. Yeah.
Yeah. So my last point for you guys today is never wear shoes in a private home. So Russians, once they get to know you, once they feel comfortable around you, once they like you, they'll invite you to their home. And so when you go to their home, make sure you don't walk in with your shoes there, because they're really clean. These people are clean, like they're neat. So last thing not to do in Russia for me, that the 5th point is never enter a Russian home with your shoes.
My last point would be, we're in Russia, so you are better off learning the language. Like, learn Russian if you need to talk to, like, okay, of course, there are people who speak English, but you cannot survive in Russia without knowing Russian. Like, they're really proud of their language, and if you know it, you have great relations with Russian. So learn the language and love it, because I love it.
Yeah. Okay, that's it from us, you guys. I gave you 5 points. She gave you 5 points. And these are the 10 things not to do when you're in Russia. If you're new to this channel, please like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and leave me a comment.
Yeah.
See you next time.